This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Listen, man. Let me make it very clear here. KB24, Kobe Bean Bryant. Listen, slam dunk giant. You are the man when it comes to basketball, dude. I respect you. But let's keep it real and let's put everything in its proper perspective. You are connected to Rob Pelinka. So if you are livid about the drama that's happening in LA, whether you're friends with this guy or not, you need to come out and vehemently disown him. I'm going to say that again. You need to come out and vehemently disown his ass. Because there's just no two ways around that, man. Because right now your name is being sullied. Your name is being dragged under the mud. That you were part of this situation with him and Magic Johnson, that dissension that is caused between both of them, the rift. You are a part of that. You are associated. You are guilty by association. And if you had nothing to do with this, it's quite simple. Because I know you have it in you. Because like me, you are a truth teller. You're cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat with your truths. That's why folks can't stand you. Just like they can't stand me. You're a polarizing individual. Trust me, I understand polarization. I understand it at the highest levels. I get it all the time at my little level. But here's the truth of the fact of the matter. The truth of the fact of the matter is this. You have to come out and you have to speak against Rob Pelinka if you had nothing to do with this. Because everyone's going to remember he was your sports agent for all of these times in your career, for all of these years. All the way up until even when you got that last contract. It was him. He was there. And in this instance, because he was that close to you and he was connected to you in that aspect and in that realm, you will get blamed. Because this is what we call guilty by association. This is what we call birds of a feather flock together. I'm going to say that again. This is what we call guilty by association. And this is what we call birds of a feather flocking together. So, Kobe, it may cause dissension. It may cause a strain. Damn near may cause a breakup. But it is what it is. Remember, you can't let personal emotions and you can't let feelings cause a rift between you and Jenny Buss and the Buss family. Nothing should come between you and the purple and gold. You put 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears into that team. And I get it. He's your sports agent. I get it. You know, former sports agent. He was there to make sure your contracts were on point. And you helped him out in ensuring that he got a job with the Lakers because he no longer wanted to be an agent. So he wanted to work on that aspect or that spectrum of basketball. So he needs to make sure that your name is not sullied. He needs to make sure that that hookup, that connection you gave him, he gives the equal amount of respect and he doesn't go and spits on it. This whole rift between him and Magic Johnson was ugly. It was extremely ugly. It's so damn ugly that it's reverberated so much so that we're still talking about it now. Because you have to understand, we're in Tinseltown. We're in LA. We're in the land of purple and gold. Anything you do is looked under a microscope. I'm going to say that again. Anything you do is looked under a microscope. So Kobe, like I said, this may break up this friendship. But you're going to have to come out and you're going to have to say something. The perfect platform for that would possibly be ESPN First Take. Just like Magic Johnson did. Your connection with Stephen A. Smith, I think that's going to reverberate. It's going to speak volumes. And it's going to make clear noise that you had nothing to do with this. And they need to excoriate your name out of this drama. Because you're not LeBron James, man. You and drama don't go together. You're a villain. You get vilified. You're polarized. I've said this before. You're the most polarized individual right next to Terrell Owens in modern day sports, man. I think even worse. Because folks don't want to put respect on your name. They don't want to act like you're the second greatest player to ever play the game. And I could argue that down with the best of them. They don't want to act like you're the second greatest shooting guard to ever play the game. People don't understand that your work ethic is second to none. It is equal and it is parity as Michael Jordan. And although Michael Jordan is the greater player, you are the greater skilled player. And people don't want to give respect and put respect on your name. And people don't understand that if you would have won those 2 finals that you lost and you would have had 2 more finals MVPs, we would have been arguing who is the greatest player of all time. That's how great you are, Kobe. But all of that can be flushed down the toilet. All of that can be pushed to the wayside. All of that can be turned to Rudy pulling plum brain nonsense. If you don't come out and you don't go against Rob Pelinka, you have to do that. There's just no 2 ways around that. You have to stand firm on that. And you probably could have a conversation with him prior to doing it. Say, look, man, out of respect, I'm telling you in advance, but I'm going to have to come out against you, man, because at the end of the day, I can't take this hit for you. You're going to have to take your own hits. Because let's keep it real. He's your sports agent. So he was profiting off of your own back, your own blood, sweat, and tears. Now, mind you, he helped you in the negotiations of the contracts and things of that nature. But who was putting the work in the gym? Who was shooting those shots in the gym? Who was building his profile up as a player because of the work and ethic and the hard work that he put in the court? Who was shooting 1,000 jumpers a day? Who was sitting there working on his post-up game? Fadeaway, turnaround shot, footwork, jab step left, jab step right, pivot, pump fake, up and under. Akeem Olajuwon moves. Michael Jordan moves. Elgin Baylor moves. Because Kobe, you did it all. You became an unstoppable player, an OG of this game. There was no weakness in your game. The only weakness you had is you get so caught up sometimes in taking bad shots. That's the only weakness you have. The volume shooting. Other than that, your game was flawless. You can't sit here and let Rob Pelinka mess that up, man. That's 20 years. Because we know how the purple and gold is. We know how LA is. We know how fickle these Los Angeles Lakers fans can be. I know firsthand because when I was rooting for you, I don't root for a team. I make that very clear to people. And people are being dishonest with themselves. Oh, this is my team. This is my team. I root for a team. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter what player. There are very few people that's out there that's like that. Very rare. But me, I'm going to keep it real. I go where my player goes. Because I root for a player. Now, if you just happen to be on that team, so damn be it. A lot of people are like that. They just don't want to admit it. But see, me, I have the gall to say what others can't say. Because I'm Hino's sport. I'm bringing you that what? That heat and that fire. And I'm a truth teller. I come with what? Cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths. I don't got time to be sitting here being all sugar-coated and giving it to you soft. I got to give it to you gutter. I got to give it to you hard, and I got to give it to you real. Remember, I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. And Kobe, I remember what I went through with you. Damn near almost got migraines and damn near headaches. Anybody that was a KB24 fan know what I'm talking about. If you was a real Kobe Bryant fan, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even need to spell it out. Well, you know that Mamba mentality we had to deal with. Because those fans are fickle. Trust and believe they getting ready to turn against your ass. So right now, you got to make a cutthroat decision. This is where when you made that, simile when you were talking about, and people forget, this is when you was with Ahmad Rashad. And you were looking at your whole career. And you said the thing about you, and I always like that about you because that reminded, it showed you a little bit of me. See, people don't understand why I root for people. Because I'm going to say something, because I got to toot my little horn for a quick second. Well, when do I not toot my own horn? But the reason why I root for certain people, and folks need to understand that, the reason why I root for certain people is because I see myself in them. Whoosh. Poetry hour, folks. The reason why I root for someone, if y'all really want to know why, because I'm giving y'all the why. Remember, the why and the bigger picture. The reason why is because I see myself in them. If I see myself in you, I'm forever rooting for you. And Kobe, you said you made a damn parable, man, and people didn't even catch that when you talked about if somebody got something in their teeth. You said if somebody got something in their teeth, I'm gonna be that person that's gonna tell you you got something in your teeth and you need to remove it because you're looking stupid right now. A lot of people can't do that kind of stuff. If somebody got food in their teeth or they got something in their teeth, they'll look at it, they'll laugh at it, they'll be embarrassed, or they'll tell themselves, man, if I say something, then it's gonna make me look bad. But like you, I probably look at that person and be like, yo, you got something in your teeth. You need to remove that shit. That's embarrassing, man. You're making yourself look bad. But that spoke volumes of your character. It spoke volumes of how you are, meaning you don't mind getting uncomfortable and making other people get uncomfortable. Because that's what pressurized situation is all about. So I said all of that to say this. You're going to have to do that with Rob Pelinka. You're going to have to get him uncomfortable, and you're going to have to get uncomfortable once again. Because at this point, everything that you put out there, those 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears, that's why you live it, is being affected right now. Now it's about your reputation. And a man knows when it's all said and done, you don't have nothing but your name, nothing but your reputation. That comes above all else. So Rob Pelinka is going to have to be the sacrificial lamb if you know you had nothing to do with this when it comes to your reputation and your name. Your blood, sweat, and tears denotes that. Those 5 NBA championships you won denoted that. So Kobe, put on your big boy pants like I know you can and come out and have that conversation. It's going to be the worst and the most uncomfortable conversation, but it's going to have to be had. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.